Well, I want to welcome you all on, and Ruth, we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Sorry, I missed the first couple of classes. I had surgery, but I'm better now. So
Oh, good.
Good.
Welcome.
Welcome, Ruth.
thank you.
You came back, so I guess that's a good sign. I didn't scare you off too much. I'm glad you're here. So hopefully you've spent some time this week practicing the prayers. So my plan today, just so you know, is we're going to review. I'm going to go over how to log in to get the video off of the website in case you missed the class or you want to go back and look at it. And then we're going to review the blessings we have learned. We're going to look at the Kiddush and then the blessing of the children. So I just want to share with you, let me get the right screen up before I share. The Women's League, just so that you can go back and do it yourself. And I can give you directions, but I would prefer that you be able to do it. So when you sign into Women's League, it's WLCJ.org. And you go over to log in. And you will need your password, as I said last time, and Rachel can send it to you if you don't have it. And when you go on, you're going to go to download Women's League materials. And you're going to scroll down to Hebrew classes. We are advanced beginner spring 2021. So make sure there's several classes. There's Rachel Ferber's, mine, Carol Green's, Carol Greenberg. So you'll click on, and you don't even have to click on anything. So if you needed last week's class, you just highlight this link, copy it, and go up into your browser and paste it. It's a YouTube video, and there it will be for you. Any questions on how to do that? Okay. Hi, Marlene. Thanks for joining us. So last week we did the shorter blessings. So today I'd like to do something called popcorn. And popcorn, you might have heard about this on Zoom. You popcorn it to somebody. And what that means is we're going to take turns. So give me a minute because my husband said I could see more of you. And there you all are. Yay. Are you able to see what I'm sharing?
No, but I have
Yes.
it in front of me.
Yes.
All right. Do I need to make it a little bigger?
Yes, please.
A little darker.
All right.
Darker, maybe. I don't know. I have it in front of me though, so it's fine.
Let's see if I can do.
What might be the next?
Actually, at the top of our screens, it says view option, and we can change the size, the font on our
Okay.
own screens.
Perfect.
Oh,
So the way we're going to do this is we're going to start with the blessing for the candles. And I'm going to ask somebody to start and they'll read. You can either read the whole prayer if you want, or you can say popcorn to Susan. And then Susan will pick up and then she can popcorn to whoever, or you can read the whole blessing yourself if you want. If someone popcorns to you and you don't feel comfortable, all you have to do is say pass and popcorn to somebody else.
okay.
So is there somebody who would like to start the blessing for the Shabbat candles?
I'll do the easy part.
Okay.
I was an offer too.
Be
Well,
ready.
I have the pages I have the page numbers if you want it from Slim Shalom.
Okay, question. Once you had your turn, do you have to, can you go back or can you be, that's it for the,
No, somebody, they can popcorn it to you, but we want to give everybody a chance. So I guess if you want to be popcorn too, when the person says popcorn, you can put up your hand so they can see. It's hard to remember sometimes. So if you haven't had a turn and you want one, raise your hand when you hear popcorn and they'll popcorn it to you. So Holly, you want to start?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Popcorn. To Roberta?
Did you say me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav Bitzivanu lahadlich ner shel Shabbat.
Woohoo! Good job, both of you. Thank you. All right. We'll go down to the hand washing.
Debbie, can we see the people while we're looking at the prayer? Because all I see is you and the prayer.
So
Yeah,
yes,
same here.
if you
Me
go to
too.
view and you go to gallery view,
Oh,
and then, so tell me if you've gotten your gallery view.
no, I haven't seen that yet. I'm sorry.
Side by side gallery, it'll say.
So at the top of your Zoom screen,
Right.
somewhere there should say view.
Yeah. But when you're
Okay.
sharing, all you see is side by side speaker and side by side gallery.
So you want side by side gallery.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I have like 6
can see
people, including
Sandra.
myself.
Get you
Okay,
across.
so on your side by side gallery, in between my screen and you and the screen with me, what's being shared, and the gallery, there should be like a little gray line going down the center. You may never have seen it before, but if you hover your cursor over it, you'll get like a little black two-way arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you see on my screen, can you see that little arrow?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's not showing up.
I see an arrow that I could move the people up and down.
Yeah,
you
you
go-
want to adjust it.
If you go up to view, at least on my screen, if you go to view and click on it, you have a choice of standard, side by side speaker, side by side gallery,
Right.
and it's up top. And then it,
Do side by side gallery.
Yeah.
and
It
then
may
it
not
doesn't
see
give everybody,
everybody.
but you can scroll up and down.
But
Right.
wait, if you go in between what I'm sharing and your side by side gallery,
Oh, I see that.
you
Okay.
I
can
see
make
that.
the gallery bigger. And then you can see everyone.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, isn't it amazing
That's
when you learn
cool.
something new?
That double line, you just pull it over to the left.
Whoa. Now I got all 12 of us. Awesome. Thank you.
So just
Oh,
imagine that
I
this
see.
is what
Okay. Got
this is
it.
what children go through every day, constantly, that how
Wow.
taxing it must be to learn something new all the time. All right, so who would like to start with hand washing?
I will.
All right, I saw, I don't have everybody's name. I don't have all the names up.
I would start with that one too.
I'll
Leah?
start it.
Marlene, why don't you go?
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu bamitzvotah betzivanu al Nutenu?
So look under the nun, there's a vowel, but it's silent.
Oh, okay, yeah. Natenu. No, that makes more sense. Natenu.
Look under the tet, there's a dot
The T-
under. Keep going.
Natianu.
Niti, look at the last part.
Natilanu.
Niti, look under
Oh,
lamed.
Natilat. Sorry.
There you go.
There
Natilat.
you go.
Yadaim.
Good job. You have one
Thank you.
yad, but you have two yadaim. Nice job. All right, super. Would someone like to read the blessing for the challah?
I'll start. Or Susan can start. Doesn't matter.
Go ahead, Susan.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam ha'motzi lahahem.
Take a look at that. Let's break it apart. What's under the lamed? What does that vowel say?
Eh,
Le, and then the next letter,
heish,
chet.
hey,
Le, and it's the same sound under chet.
lahem,
Lechem. There you go.
hem. Mean popcorn.
Popcorn too? Who are you popcorning to?
To Karen.
Oh, thanks.
Laughing at me.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Good job.
Orange.
Debbie, I have a question.
Yes.
It's Ruth. Ruth, I have a
Hi,
question.
Ruth.
On Yadayim, the M is different than Lechem, the
Mhm.
M on the end. What is that all about?
Yadayim?
Yeah, isn't
Oh.
that an M on the end of
Yes,
Yadayim?
they're final mems, but they're different fonts, so they look different.
But it's the exact same letter?
Yeah, exact same letter.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's hard because this is blown up a little bit, but the way you'll know the difference is mem, the sides are straight down and the bottom's across, where if it was a samech, it would be rounded at the bottom.
Oh,
They're
okay.
both. This one's a little tricky on lechem. It does really look like a sadi,
Yeah.
or sorry, a samech. It really looks like a samech. So
Yeah.
it's just the font.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice job. So we learned all of those blessings. I can tell you worked hard. So we're going to look at the Kiddush, because I think we've done it. Yeah, we're going to look at the Kiddush. So did you all get I sent you the recording.
Beautiful.
So, but we're just going to read it today.
Okay.
So is
Yeah, I
there
didn't
someone
use
who
it.
would be willing? And Karen, you can get another popcorn because you got one word. Do you want to start?
Oh, so I can popcorn to somebody? Oh,
No, you can actually read and then popcorn if you want.
Oh, I see. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Popcorn to, because I can't see everybody. I don't know why. Am I?
Somebody like to volunteer?
I'll
staring?
volunteer.
Leah said she'll go on.
Okay, wait a minute.
You can go back if you need to.
I lost my place. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav vitzi.
I knew you were going there because we're so used to
Vanu.
it. It's not Vitsivanu. Let's look at it again. That's in our heads. What
Oh,
comes
that's right, with
next.
the R.
Yeah, raise.
Vira sa. No, wait,
Good.
I gotta back up.
No, you got it.
Bim su
Bim
ta
Votav.
vitzi mi votav
The mitzvotav. And now we're here.
mitzvotav vira sa banu nu
Mhm.
banu
Vanu. Good job.
banu vishabat code show be'ahava uvira son hin hilanu popcorn.
So right here.
Um,
Who would like to take the next popcorn, the next bite or kernel?
I was gonna sign Roberta, who hadn't had a chance.
Who hasn't read for us yet? See, but your
guess I
names
have.
aren't showing up on the screen unless you talk. So.
I can try it. I can try it. It's Ellen.
All right, Ellen, go for it.
Where are we here?
We are right here under this word with a zayin.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 lines down.
Yeah, I see it.
1, 2, 3, fourth line. Word in.
Oh my gosh. Z.
Look at the vowel under zayin.
Again, is it a Z?
Z. Oh,
Z.
sorry.
Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Z. Is that a pay?
It's a cough.
Okay. Okay. I always get them confused. Ziki.
Aron.
Zika. Roan.
Good job.
Zikaron. Zikaron. Lama. Si. Lamia si. Lama asi.
Look at the vowel underneath the sin.
Lama sen.
Say, good job.
Say. Lama ase. Ba.
Look at, he has no belly button. He's got vacuumed out.
Oh, right. Varishiat. But
Just the yud goes with the shin.
Varishiat.
Just for a sheet.
Varishit.
The yud really doesn't get a sound, but if you didn't have it there, it would be weird.
Varishit.
You automatically go to the ye sound.
Yeah, Varishit.
Good job. Do you want to keep going or popcorn?
Oh, sure. If it's not too painful
All right,
for people.
go for it.
Let's get this. Pa.
That's a cough. Pei has like a little rounded thing under its nose, like a little nose. This is just cough. They're easy to mix up.
Kahu.
Okay, they're two different words, so let's focus on this one. What's the vowel on?
Kai.
Just don't worry about the yud. Just read.
Okay. Ki yud. I mean ki who. Yarim. Yeah.
Ki who.
Yom. Ki who yom. Batalach.
Look at that first letter. It's a ta.
Hela.
Tehila.
Tahila.
There's vowels under the tav, but they don't say anything.
I'm making them, I can't make them bigger. Okay. Tahila lem me can lamika ra lamika ra. But how about the yud at the end now?
It goes with the aleph, but what does the aleph say? 2 dots.
A.
Lamikra A. So the yud doesn't say anything. He just goes like in my name, Debbie, it's IE. It doesn't say anything. It just goes along for the ride.
Lamikra A. Kiddush.
You see the exact letters of Kadosh. Now look at the vowels.
Okay. Kadesh.
See up here, there's a little dot up by the kuf.
Oh, Kodesh.
There you go. But see, you saw kuf daled shin and went, oh, Kadosh. Good job.
Good.
Do you want to keep going or do you want a popcorn?
No, I'll popcorn.
Would somebody like to take the popcorn?
I haven't tried yet.
Okay, Ruth, go for it.
Sikar.
We're third from the bottom. So
Zakar.
You got the care part. Look at the vowel under the zayin.
It's bigger. No,
It's really only 2 dots. Zay, there you go.
Zakar.
It's actually zecher because he doesn't have a cough drop.
Zakar.
Zecher.
Liziat.
Good.
Meets Raim. Ki Vanu. V'charot.
Try that again.
V'charot. V'charta.
There you go.
V'otanu.
Good job.
Kidashta. Kidashta. Mikal Ha'amim.
Nice job. Keep going.
I'll popcorn.
Okay.
How about Leah?
Oh, thanks.
She's the next square next to mine.
Yeah, thanks. Vishabat Kodeshocha Kadishcha
That's it.
Ka'ad shecha. That's a tough one.
Oh, I thought you said to popcorn. I was like, no, I want to
No,
keep trying.
Kiddush shecha. It's a tough word.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Be'ahava uvratzon hin halatanu hin haltanu
Good job.
hin haltanu baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat.
Great
Oh.
job, you
Hey,
guys.
excuse me, can you go back to the word that you said was a hard word? Can you say it slowly?
Bishabat Kadeshecha. So let's look.
The whole
This
line
has
is
come up,
hard.
and I think that Marlene was asking in the email yesterday about it. So when you see these two dots under a word, they don't make a sound, but they do indicate that you got to do something. So like when we have the words with yud at the end, and I let me find key, we don't give any sound to key. It's like the word in English, K-E-Y. It's just E and Y together make the E. We don't give the Y a separate sound. Same thing with the yud. But when you see the two dots under a letter, it tells us you got to do something. So instead of being kidashta, it's really kidashita. But when you read it and you sing it, you don't really say kidashita, you do kidashta. In this case, here's another one. For second to last line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kadeshecha. Kadeshecha.
Wait, I thought when there's a double sheva, you only say the second one and you don't, and the first
That's
one is
true.
silent.
That's true, because when I sing it, V'Shabbat Kadeshecha.
Okay, so to me when I see two together, the first one ends the syllable. Like I find it's easier for me to learn and practice in terms of syllables. So how a syllable ends.
So this would be the same as the yud. It would be Kadeshecha. Kadeshecha.
Okay,
So when you
So the
see those two
vowel-
dots, you don't smush them together.
right. Okay.
Usually you give it a little bit of an emphasis. You're not reading Torah. If you were reading Torah in my shul with our former ritual director, he would go back and stop you and have you re-enunciate it. We're not that tough in this class. We're just
Thanks.
learning to read. So good job. So you bless the wine. And that's only the second half of the prayer. That starts with Vayihi Erev, Vayihi Voker, but we're going to focus just on this part.
Debbie,
Yes.
I have been saying this prayer for I don't know how long. And the Kihuyom, I never knew it was 3 words. When you sing it, it sounds like one word. And part of my problem with this is that I'm thinking of all the mistakes I've been making in pronunciation. But
And that's like
you know,
when
I've
little
done
kids,
it in shul, nobody's ever said anything different. But that Kihuyom just flew through me when I saw it as 3 words.
it's because what we hear, think about little kids when they say the alphabet, they think LMNOP is one letter. So it's interesting when we start to read what we hear. Nice job. So we're going to go back up and look at the blessing over the children. So would someone like to read in English what we say for the boys?
I can do that.
Go for that, Elaine.
May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh.
And would you read for the girls too?
God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
Anything strike you as interesting here about who we're blessing our children after?
More girls than boys.
Yeah.
Yay, finally, for the first time in Jewish history. Anything else you notice?
Oh yeah. For the girls, it's the matriarchs.
Matrix.
But for the boys, it's not.
Does anybody know why?
I'll take a guess.
Take a guess, Ruth.
I think those 2 people for the boys had gone off by themselves and they were going to be in a place kind of isolated and they were challenged to keep Judaism regardless or keep the faith.
I'd never heard that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Well, that might not be true. I don't know.
But it's a
Not
good,
one I've heard before.
But the question is, who's Ephraim and who's Manasseh?
And that will explain why we bless our boys that way. Anybody else know any history to this prayer?
I can Google it, but no.
You could do that.
Rabbi.
So-
Right now, I'm looking for the blessing for the prayer in the book because
I can tell you, do I have it in Slim Shalom? Let me look.
that's where I'm looking.
I'm looking there too.
In my Sim Shalom, I have it at 722, but that won't help you.
Lev Shalem I have.
Oh, Lev Shalem. It is
Yeah.
on, oh, my other page just came up.
70 something,
Lev Shalem, blessing the children is 75 at the bottom.
75, okay.
So,
Yes, it is.
so think about Abraham. Who were his sons? Who was his son?
Um,
Isaac.
Isaac
Ishmael.
and Ishmael.
and Ishmael.
So were those
What?
two boys? Huh?
I'm in a class. Oops, sorry. Hold on.
So those two boys, it wasn't a really great situation with them. What do you want to know about Isaac and his brother Esau?
That's not good.
Oh,
either.
the blessing. Didn't get along.
It was Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, we had-
Jacob and Esau.
Jacob and
Or
Esau.
Jacob and Esau.
They had a lot of struggle starting from the time that they were in their mother's womb.
A lot of killing there. Look at Cain and Abel. They didn't get along, none of them. Do we want to bless our sons to be like these people who didn't get along in life?
Mm.
Actually, Ephraim and Manasseh were brothers who actually didn't fight and didn't really have this desire to hurt one another. So our forefathers, when creating these blessings, said we want our sons to be more like Ephraim and Manasseh than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The women,
Got it.
they had their own source, but apparently not so much. So you will hear the names in the blessing. So
I thought the women were always the strength behind their husbands.
and they were also the ones, so they say they were responsible for transmitting the Judaism to their children. They were the ones who taught them at home. So not that take a look at Rachel and Leah. That wasn't such a good relationship, but they didn't threaten to
Hey.
kill one another.
That's my names.
I
So,
Except for back, Leah Rachel. So I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
so let's
can't-
read.
Debbie, before we
Yes.
read them, looking at the vowels in the first line. So the first line is the same, especially the first word. I would think it would refer to whether to gender, but the vowels are different.
The vowels are different, which is exactly, it has to do with gender. So the cha for the boys, Yasim cha, the
Mhm.
cha you often hear for male, and meh. So when we do the modeh ani, modeh is for boy. In this case, it's the opposite. Modah is for girl, but it depends on the ending. But yes, they are different because of gender.
So the blessing itself might change for the gender.
Correct.
Okay.
I think one of the reasons that they mention all four women is that there's so little mention of women in the Torah. So when you're developing a blessing, you want to give a variety to those so that they have not just one person, but four people to look up to.
That sounds great. Would someone like to start with the blessing for the girls?
I can't find it in Slim Shalom.
Or do you have the gray one or do you have the red
I have
one?
the blue one.
Ah.
Is it gray or blue? I have blue.
I don't have that version. It's not going to be in the front generally.
No, I'm looking in the back where the Shabbat is. And I'm going page by page backwards. Right now I'm at Birkat HaMazon.
Let me look where it is on mine.
sorry.
So for mine, it's, oh, I have the wrong one. I
No,
have the blue one. Is this the same one you have, Leah?
Yeah, that's what I have. No, actually, no. Mine goes,
Yours is skinnier.
my skinny. Yeah, I think you have the big one.
Yeah, I might
Because
have.
originally you said your pages were like 300 and something or 700 and something, and
So mine are coming, it's all mixed in together.
Okay,
It's under a section in English called Berachot and Home Rituals.
Min home observant. Going backwards still.
So I don't want to hold us up. Keep
Oh yeah, no,
looking.
no, I'm sorry. I just.
All right. So, all right. So would someone like to try the first line for the girls?
It's one I don't do or that we've never done, so maybe I should try it.
Go for it. Try it.
Yisma ha
Very close. There's a vowel under the sin, so you need to put that in.
yis yis
Oh, I found it.
So the yud it's silent underneath there. We still have to give it attention. Yeah.
yes si
See, good.
ma
Look at the vowel under the mem,
may.
and then the last letter.
That's the final
Cup.
cup. Yismacha.
Give the vowel, the sin, the vowel.
Yeesh. I learned to sight read, not to sound out words.
So let's try it together, starting with the yud. Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yes. See.
Mm,
Ma.
A. May.
Hey.
You see
Ha.
May.
You see me.
You see
You
May
see me.
You see May.
See me.
with the at the end.
You
You
see
see May.
Pech.
May. Yes, see May.
See Pech.
A hard word to say.
Yes, see May. Yep.
You see Mech. Thank you.
Good job. Excellent.
Allah Elohim.
Good. You see Mech Elohim. Elohim is another name for
God.
God.
No.
You see Mech Elohim. Do you want to keep going?
I'll finish this one.
Keep going, Carol.
All right. It's Ki Sarah.
Just just like
Sarah.
uh-huh.
Ka Rachel.
The other our name.
Rachel.
Rachel's on the next line. We got to put the other girl in here.
Sima. Re. Ki Rav. It's
Let's break
Rebecca.
it's Rebecca. You're right. Let's break it into pieces. So the first letter,
Ki.
just K.
Ka.
Kind of like a pickup letter. K.
Ka. Rava.
Look under the resh. There's a vowel.
Ra. Re.
Re. Good.
Re. Be. Ka.
Good. Put it together. Here, Rivka. Rivka is Rebecca in Hebrew.
Rivka. I knew that.
Is that kav like
Rivka.
is that a prefix? Is that a kav? I don't know the names of the letters.
It's not and, because that would be the, but
Right.
it's kind of like Kasera, Karivka. I don't know for sure, but it seems like it's a little, we don't give a lot of emphasis. It doesn't have its own vowel,
Would
its
it-
own, but
would it be
Kasera,
more like Sarah, like Rivka,
yeah,
like
I don't know. I can find out. Can you do the third line?
Kira Ki, Uki, Leah.
Okay, let's go back and look at the first word. And put the vowel under the resh.
Yeah.
Ra,
Ra.
Rachel.
Good job.
That's my middle name.
Rachel.
Rachel.
Good. Did you do the last one?
Me?
Yes. This last person.
Oh. Uki Leah.
It's interesting. When I bless my daughter, I say, Yisimech Elohim Vesera Rivka Rachel Valea. I don't put in all the cuz.
The Lev Shalem doesn't put those
Right. So
in the head of it.
I've never seen it with the kaf. That's how it's here, but I do it with Yisimech Elohim Kesera Rivka Rachel Valea. So don't worry about all the. I
In
don't know
my
whether-
prayer book, it doesn't have. any
They don't have cuffs either.
So don't worry about it. Read it out of your book, but
They're not here.
would someone like to read either on the screen or out of your book, the blessing for the boys?
I'd
Go
like
ahead for us, Holly.
Ishim Ka,
Look at that second letter.
Sim,
There you go.
oh, Yishim Ka Elohim, Ka Ephraim, Fakim Na Seh.
Careful. Try that last word one more time.
Fakim,
It doesn't have a cough drop, so his throat is scratchy.
Fakim,
Vehi, that's right.
Nasher.
Vehi me nashe.
Okay,
Good job.
yeah.
Now this one is how I say it at home. This Yisimcha Elohim ke Ephraim Vehi menashe, so that the va is and. Go back up to the top. Vesimech and vesimcha. Is there a word in there that you recognize?
Seam.
Seem.
Ag sam meach. You've got the
holiday. Yeah.
sin mem chet. Sameach, like a happiness or
Yeah.
a simcha.
Yeah.
So just something to keep in mind. Good job. Please practice that. You may not have a chance to use it for a while. I do every Friday night with my son. When my daughter was here, I did. My son's fiance is non-binary, non-gender conforming, I think is how you say it. And so I know there are versions, but we just use, we're going to go to the bottom part. We just use the bottom part to bless both of them.
I think that's great.
I have a question. So I do Shabbos candles and all that with my grandchildren on Zoom. And so would you change anything instead of saying girls or boys, granddaughter, nothing?
Same thing.
Okay.
You can bless each other with this same blessing. It's not only for children. All right. So now you've blessed.
Would you just read through each of those
Sure.
girls and for
And often you put your hands on their kepi when you say it, unless they don't like being touched. For girls, Yisimech Elohim Kesara Kerivka Kerachel Uchleah is how it's written. For the boys, Yisimcha Elohim Ke'Ephraim Vechi Menashe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now for both of them, it's equal. Probably not equal gender neutral in the language, but would someone like to read this one?
Try
Debbie?
it. Oh,
Terry?
Terry, go ahead.
Well, no, I have a question. I just
Take it.
looked at my screen. I was looking at the paper instead, and it says redirect notice. The previous page is switching. Is something or other.
I don't know what that is. That's weird.
It does that on mine too, and I found that if you click on it, it has something to do with whether or not you've got Zoom installed on your computer.
I do. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm back. Okay.
There
Thank
you
you.
are.
I
Transfers it to the Zoom instead of the Sapphire or
okay.
whatever.
Welcome back, Terry. Did you want
Thank
to
you.
read?
It's so weird.
I know.
I hadn't looked at the screen. I was looking on the paper, and when I looked at the screen, I thought, "What the heck? What happened? Where did everybody go?" But I could hear
The
you.
magic of technology. Would you like to read, Terry?
Sure. Where it says for both.
Yes.
Oh.
You all right, babe?
Yavaraha? No,
You got the beginning right. Try it again.
I got the what right?
The beginning is exactly right.
Yavraha.
So you've got the y, va. What's
Right.
under the resh?
It looks like 3 dots, but I can't be sure.
You're right.
Oh, you've re, you've re. Ha.
Good, except it doesn't have a cough drop in its mouth, so it's ch.
You've re. Ha.
Good, it's yivarechecha.
Yivarechecha.
Yeah.
Adonai. For, is that a vav?
It sure is.
The Viv ma Heha?
Very close. Veyish me recha.
Ish Be Recha.
Yep, let's read that together, everybody. The whole line.
Slowly, please.
Yivarechecha.
Adonai.
Is it common to have two chas next to each other? That's hard. That's a little challenging.
Yeah, I don't know the rules, but it is a lot to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you want to
word
continue?
again? The third word. after Adonai?
Veyish merecha.
Recha.
You have to give sound to shin and mem because they have the 2 dots. Veyish merecha. But when you're saying it, it's going to get smushed together. You're not going to say veyish merecha. It's going to end up veyish merecha. But technically, well, actually, no. Following the rule, it would be veyish merecha. So the yud and the shin go together, and this time the yud gets the sound. Veyish merecha.
Where does the M go with the resh though? Or does it's by itself?
Veyish merecha.
By itself.
All right.
What
That's a
about that
mess. Okay.
translation? Is that right? May, like, is that first word may?
It's an interpretation. I don't know the Hebrew well enough.
Oh,
But that's what I've heard almost all the time. May God bless you and guard you. May God bless you and keep you. Did you want to continue, Terry, or did you want someone else to pick up?
Well, I'd like to try. I mean,
Go
need
for
some
it.
help here. Ya'ad.
Oh, that's a hard one because that resh, it's a resh on the end, not dalid, but they look so
Oh,
much.
that's right. Ya'er.
There you go.
Adonai. I don't know, Panar? No. Nera?
Pana, and what's at the end?
Pana.
Panav. We don't really say panaiv. It's
No.
panav.
Why do they
Oh,
put
hey.
it in there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the grammar well enough.
Oh, okay.
Elecha.
Good job.
But hey. Huh?
So V is the first part because the yud
Right.
next V, and then what's that letter and the vowel underneath it?
Is that a hey with a
It's a het.
the het,
Look at the
the
three.
hey,
There's 3 dots underneath it. V.
hey,
It's oo.
Ooh, I thought it
the
was.
who,
V who.
the who. That's not neckah.
Yeah.
You got it. It's nekah.
You know,
Kaf. V who nekah.
Neckah.
you know.
Three who neckah. Well, that's hard.
Let's
Um,
read that line together, everybody.
Wait, I have a question on
Yes.
for the last letter.
Uh-huh.
Like if you look at the other letters that have the same ending,
Yep.
it's longer. Like I couldn't decide if that was a dalid at the end.
It's
Or-
a kuf. It's a final kuf.
Right, but it looks shorter than the other ones, or is it just what I'm seeing?
I'm
Doesn't it
not
look-
sure, but go back a word.
Yeah, that looks longer.
Elecha. Notice there's no dot above the vowel. The vowel is inside the chaf, final chaf, but on the end word, the vowel's down below and there's a dot. So that's the difference between cha,
Uh-huh.
elecha, and vihuneka.
Oh,
Why? I don't know. I just know that they're different by how they look.
okay.
So it's ka, not ka.
Ka,
Ka is when they have the dot in it, and ka is
Correct.
without the dot.
correct.
Because it is the same length. It's not like it's a different length. It's just, I guess, because of the dot makes it confusing.
And the vowel inside the second to last one kind of makes it a little bigger.
Yeah.
Try to read that line. Ya,
Air,
er,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Panav, Panav,
Elecha,
Elecha, Veyehunecha.
Neka.
Ucha.
Can you imagine
Panav.
somebody who doesn't, trying to pronounce these words who doesn't never made these sounds before? Good job.
Can we do the third word, the fun,
Panav.
Panav,
Panav.
Nav, Panav.
Panav.
It's that vav that is, yeah, vav? That?
It's a vav. Panav.
Vav. Okay, Panav. Thank you.
Sure.
And the third word, the fourth word, Elecha.
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 Rev, do you want to shut my door?
Elecha. Ya'er Adonai. Panav. Elecha. Vihuneka.
Oh, no.
Is there anybody who hasn't had a turn who's just itching to read? Does anybody want to go again?
I'll try the last
All
one.
right, Susan Safiris, good for you.
Yisa,
Mm-hmm.
Yisa, Adonai,
Yep.
Panav,
There you go.
Elecha.
Good job.
Okay. Yich,
That's a vav.
the vav. I always get the vav mixed up.
I know.
V'shem,
There's a yud next to the vav.
v'yashem,
Good. Put the vowel under the yud,
v'yashem.
but careful, it's a sin, not a shin.
Oh, it is a sin. Okay. V'yasin, v'yasim, lech. Oh, where's my phone? I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Somebody else, popcorn.
Want to pick it up? Same.
Yasim. I'll pick it up if you want.
Okay.
Lecha,
Mm-hmm.
Shalom.
Good job. It goes Yisa, Adonai, Panav, Elecha. Hey, wait a minute. Those 3 words were right above.
Same, yeah.
Yep.
That's why you picked it.
I didn't realize it's
Yisa,
like
Adonai, Panav, Elecha, Ve'asem,
Asay, Lecha,
Lecha,
Shalom.
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 When I used to bless my kids, the version my husband and I had in English wasn't egalitarian. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine light upon you. Whatever it was, but it wasn't egalitarian. So we had to totally switch what we had done for years. And then now that my son's fiance came into the picture, after we bless them, we say, be good to him, God.
Debbie, I have a question. The leha, that next to the last, is that a kaf, Sophie, with a hard K or a
Yes.
chaf?
Kaf, Sophie, cha, lecha.
Oh, because it's got the little dot
Right, the
inside.
lamed, that says to give it emphasis, to say something, but it doesn't have a sound. Lecha.
Right, but the kaf, Sophie doesn't that have the dot inside with the K sound?
On the line above, it does vihuneka, but go back a word, go to the fourth word on the second line, elecha. It's the same thing, lecha.
Oh,
Lecha.
so, and what was the, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth word on the second line again? It was,
Vihuneka, ka with a K versus lecha.
so, but it looks the same, or maybe
Well,
I'm,
because there's a dot in the one above,
uh-huh.
and the ah vowel is down below, whereas in the last line, the vowel is up inside the chaf.
Oh, that's a vowel. It looked like a dot, like it looked like a
I
kaf,
know.
Sophie.
It is so hard when it's not in a book.
I'm not really hearing the difference between the two.
Plus I think it's just so small.
Okay, so line 2, fourth word is elecha. It's the cha.
Okay.
You're a cat and you've got a fur ball stuck in there.
Yeah.
The next word is vihuneka, like ka, like
ka,
like
ka with
coffee.
the ka. Okay.
So ka versus ka.
Okay.
But if you've ever tried to listen to somebody who wasn't raised with these sounds, listening to them try to do it is very funny.
But
it's
so
something.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ellen.
It looked like so the kaf Sophie and the chaf Sophie, they look very similar except for the dot.
I don't know the rules for sure, to be honest with you. That's
I mean,
what
I'm looking
see.
at the alphabet chart, and so I'm looking at the kaf Sophie and the chaf Sophie, and it looked like the only difference between the two was if the dot in the center.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what the difference is. I haven't spent a lot of time studying this. Again, it's kindergartners, so we don't learn final vowels.
That's about my speed then. Good.
But I did have to teach my son's 4th grade Hebrew class on Wednesday, and they got to this word Adonai, and they tried to sound it out, and I said, you can't do that. It's like, one of those words in English, you can't really sound it out. It's not going to work.
One thing I found out, I think I mentioned that I sing with several choirs. A couple of them are non-Jewish, a couple of them are. And this prayer is fairly common in Christian liturgy as well. And it's basically the same thing. You bless God, they're not blessing Jesus in this particular prayer. And it's called the I think it's the rabbi's prayer or something.
The priestly blessing.
The priestly blessings. So
also the old Irish blessing. I just sing it in high school for graduation. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always on your back.
And
very similar.
Before you, right. Yeah.
But it's the priestly blessing. It's when they do the duchening for duchening. It's when the Kohanim go up in front of the ark and they cover their heads with their taluses and they bless, and they actually are out toward the congregation and they do this with their hands up, and we're not supposed to look at them. This is exactly what they say the Yevarechacha part. They don't do for the boys and the girls. So
why are you not supposed to look at them? I never understood.
Because it's holiness. They're blessing you through God. That's what we're told.
Thank you.
Interesting. But you don't have to be older than someone to bless them. Anybody can give anyone the blessing. So it's really nice that we can share blessings.
The one thing we do in our synagogue is after they say each line, the frequently the congregation responds, "Ken Yehi Ratzon."
Yep.
And that's pretty common, in ours, in the congregation I belong to. I don't know how common it is in others, but I find myself when the priest or the pastor is saying the blessing in the church where I sing at, when he's saying this blessing, I find myself saying to myself, "Ken Yehi Ratzon."
Hey, you know what? We need all the blessings we can get in this world. So whoever wants to offer it, I'll take it. Are there any questions?
Debbie, you mentioned that Moda Ani. Would you send us the female version, please?
Oh, yeah.
Of Moda. The only difference is that little word. Moda Ani lefanecha. That's the only difference is Moda.
So the rest of the prayers
is all the same.
But for female, you start Moda Ani.
Yep, instead of Modeh for a boy, it's Moda.
Okay,
everything's the same.
Where's that?
We were just I was just saying that sometimes you have different. We don't have that prayer here.
Oh.
Are there any questions before I take this down? Well, actually, I was going to go down. We're going to learn Shalom Aleichem.
Okay.
Next time, I will send you the recording. What's nice is there's a lot of the Hakodosh Baruch Hu is at the end of every line. So there's a lot of the second line is different. It's only the first two lines that are different.
Right.
So there's a lot of repetition.
My rabbi does it every night, every Friday night. It's our first prayer that we do.
Yeah.
Right.
What I've been
do it
doing,
at school too.
what I've been doing to practice the Hebrew is I've been forcing myself to read along in the Hebrew instead of the transliteration, which is
Good job
to do. And so the Shalom Aleichem is going to be pretty easy for me because I listen to it every week. And when I go to Minyan, I've been reading like Kaddish Shalem and Hatzi Kaddish. I've been reading that in Hebrew. But the words are in my head, so I can, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to do the whole Amidah in Hebrew because I'd be totally lost.
But that's how you start. You take what's up here, and then when you look on the paper, you go, "Oh, I didn't read. That's not what it really says." I wanted to share with you a couple more that I didn't get to last time that I just thought were very fun, just to keep it light.
But I didn't see the whole thing though. I mean,
I'm going to go back to it. So when we bless our kids, well, why is Shabbat so long? Well, because we're always running late. We saw the Challah pose. I thought that was cute. On Shabbat, we don't drive, and you can only chase parked cars, which is no fun. So, why we bless our children.
Oh, that's cute. Did you show the other one again? My screen was all messed. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. I'll go back.
Okay, on Shabbat we don't drive. You can only
chase parked cars.
You chase parked cars.
At Friday night dinner. Why should I be Jewish? So your children can ask you, but why should I be Jewish? You should be Jewish for the challah. It's good. Can you promise me this wine is kosher? Absolutely. The grapes were ritually killed.
That's cute.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, I think it was Notting Hill with Hugh Grant. And he set up on a dinner with this woman, and she is a fruitarian, and she only eats fruits and vegetables that have fallen to the ground. She would never take one off the vine and kill it. So I guess that you could also say that's ritually killed. So I will send you for next week. Shalom Aleichem. Yes, Karen.
We don't have class next week. It's Purim.
Right, correct. We don't have class because it's Purim. So in 2 weeks. So my plan is next week we will work on Shalom Aleichem, and we'll get through that. Not get through it, but we will move through it. And then if we have a little extra time, we'll review. Starting in March, we're going to spend 2 weeks looking at the Passover blessings. Basically, we're going to look at the order of the Seder so that you understand what those mean. The food blessings and the 4 questions. Hint, there are not 4 questions. there's one question. There's 4 sub-questions or answers. And then the second week, we're going to look at the 10 plagues, the Shechianu and the Dayenu. Just so that when you go into Passover, you have a, you're a little more prepared. You've seen it before, and you can take as big of a role as you want in your Seder.
Excuse me.
That's
So
great.
I'm excited about it. And
Should
I'm
we have a
having fun.
Haggadah?
Do I have a Haggadah? No, what
Grab
I,
one of our Haggadahs and have it for that.
yes, that would be good. I couldn't tell you what page it's going to be on in your Haggadah, but if it's in order, it should be there. But I will be sending you materials.
Oh, good. Because we print them.
Yeah, so there's, they're fun. They're not, they're more graphic oriented for the order of the Seder. So you'll be at least familiar with it and you've seen it. Some other things that we'll be working on, just so that you know, I'm not sending it out because we may not get to all of it. So I don't want you to feel like, we're going to get through everything, but the plan is we will cover, after our Passover time, the Baruch Hu and the Shema, Vishamru and Lahadodi,
Beautiful.
Kaddish Shalem and the Mourner's Kaddish. And then we'll go into some songs, Lehu Naranana, Shiru Ladonai and Yismachu Hashamayim, Havu Ladonai, Adon Olam. I might even have you do hand motions. Matovu, Ein Kelohenu, Aleinu and Vene Emar, and the La'asok B'divrei Torah, which we say before you study Torah, and the blessings for being called, when you get to the Torah.
Would you mind sending out the list of the prayers? This way I can find them in my Siddur.
I will let you know ahead of time what we're going to work
Okay.
on, but I don't want to publish the list because it may change. We may go out of order. So,
No, that's
wow,
fine.
you guys worked hard this week. I'm really super impressed. I know you have it. It's just, I think it's more confidence, being comfortable. But you all have it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I miss the vowels, get me mixed up sometimes. The vowels and the vubs. I got to get those V things together.
And with the way you figure that out, it's just repetition. What do you have there?
I'm trying to show you the book.
Debbie, sending hard copies to those of
I
us.
don't know if it's coming through. It's not coming. This book.
It's not coming through.
Can't see.
Teach yourself to read Hebrew.
Yeah, this is the book I learned the alphabet with. It was really good. It's the yellow book. It's by Simon and Anderson. It's called Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew. It's very thin. It's really good. It's a really good practice in learning the letters.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew by
Simon and Anderson.
Simon and Anderson. Okay, I'll look it up.
Thank you.
So I did send hard copies to the 2 people who couldn't print, and that should take you, I think I printed everything out for the Passover blessings too. Everybody else should be able to print it or find it in the Lev Shalem. Again, you're not going to have some of these blessings for Passover. You'll have it in a Haggadah, but I'll make sure, I'll send it to you a week ahead so you can print it out and be ready.
Good.
So next week,
Debbie.
yes.
I don't need to print it out, but
Okay. Next week is Shalom Alechem, and I'm excited.
Wait.
Purim.
Purim.
Sorry, the week after.
2 weeks.
which is
And so
already.
who has their Purim costume? I have to do family service tomorrow. And it's also the setup I'm using for Makom B'Yachad. So
Oh, wow.
all my Purim friends.
Oh, how cute.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
So
Can I
Yeah.
just show you something real
sure.
quick? So I have this from when my kids learned alphabet. So I've been looking, and so it's like 35 years old.
Impossible.
I still have it, and so
That's nice.
but yeah.
I bought these at our synagogue store.
That's great.
Look at that. That's
We
adorable.
had that. We have those in our
Do
basement.
you have that
Yeah.
too? Yeah.
I made a lot of people.
Close
Then you
our,
can get tested on it.
That's neat.
We
Yeah.
closed our store right before COVID hit. So
I've had
Nice.
these.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they asked if I would teach beginning the alphabet. I said, sure, but then you'd have to do yoga with me because my little ones, we do it in sign language, we do it in yoga. So you got out
Oh,
of
I'd love to learn in sign language.
Well, actually, when I was in Israel, we went to a sorry, to a place in Israel where you either ate in the dark, completely dark, to know what it was like to be what
Wow.
people who are blind go
Sensory,
through, or
yep.
you ate where you weren't
Right.
allowed to speak. And my daughter's actually getting a certificate in sign language. So
That's
on
awesome.
the table
Wow.
was the sign language Aleph Bet. So I brought it home, and it's really not all that different. And they don't, in Israel, a bet and a vet are the same.
Right.
It's just that, you know, they don't use the vowel, they don't use vowels. So I made it up. So it is Aleph Bet. For my kids, I have them turn it for vet. Just Gimel, Dalid, oh, Hey, Vav, Zayin. I'm not going to remember them all. Chet, I don't remember Tet, Yud, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Pei, Zadi,
That's
Kuf,
amazing.
Resh, Shin, Sin, Tav.
Impressive.
But if you twist it, it means, can I go to the bathroom? So-
Yeah. Same with tea. This is tea, and then it's toilet.
Right. So they pretty much match up to English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Very nice.
A
So you're
woman of many talents, Debbie.
what?
A woman of many talents.
That's
Hey, when it's
good.
5 and 6 year olds, you got to entertain all morning. So I wish you all a wonderful Purim.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
And
Thanks,
I'll
Ma'am.
see you
You too.
on
Shabbat shalom, everybody, and please be
Shabbat
safe.
shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.